Be ready. 15 seconds. Sir, we live in villages. I would like to say something regarding the figures produced here by the Honorable Minister from his records. I am not giving any background, I am telling the truth. I am saying what is actually happening in the country. There is a PEO in each block and a PU in each district. When the government seeks data of the farmers from these officers, they prepare this at their homes. The block officer submits this to the district officer, who submits it further to the state government, which ultimately submits this to the central government. All these estimates are done by sitting in homes only. This is a very wrong practice. If the government is really responsive towards the farmers, then it should make a survey about them through its own officers. Rather, it would be better if it requests all the political parties to send through their respective farmers cell a survey report regarding the problems of a farmer. Some improvements really can be done when data are collected from all quarters, otherwise, it would remain a paperwork only. Now, I would like to say something about our scientists. I am proud of their work and achievements. Had they not increased wheat production in the country, the farmers would have starved. They have made their commendable contribution in increasing the production of paddy, maize, wheat, etc. The ratio of increase they have maintained yet is quite satisfactory, as the Honorable Minister said that there is going to be increase in the paddy production by 2.5 to 3 times in the country. In order to increase food grain production in the country, it is required for the government to reciprocate equally to the suggestions made by the scientists in this regard. But contrary to that, the government is neglecting farmers' interest on the pretext of financial crisis, and those suggestions are not being implemented. That is why there is no provision for those suggestions in this budget. To blame the scientist is not a good thing. First of all, due attention should be paid to their suggestions. The Honorable Minister has said that production of each of the food grains would be encouraged with an industrial outlook. For this purpose, full grants must be provided in the budget, and he has to get it sanctioned from the Honorable Prime Minister and the Minister of Finance. Only then farmers' interests can be protected. Just now, many of our learned friends were saying that they are looting money. I think this is not a correct remark. I am of the view that if somebody commits some errors while doing a good work, it should be ignored and the person should be forgiven. Today, farmers are being neglected in the country. I would like to tell the Honorable Minister that our village farmers grow paddy crops twice or thrice in a year, but their crops get destroyed due to floods, drought, and diseases, etc. There is no way out to get rid of this situation. The Honorable Minister was saying that the government wants to start crop insurance scheme for them, but they are not agreeable to this. This is not so. We farmers are ready to pay half of the amount for this, but for that there should be a basic analysis of the scheme. The insurance officials show their interest in insuring only the good pieces of land adjacent to the houses of the farmers. They are least interested in insuring those pieces of land which are not fertile or which are affected by floods, frosts, etc. These are the reasons for which the farmers are not interested in this scheme. Some improvement is needed in this scheme. 4 years ago, when I was an MLA, some of the insurance officials came to my village. They were interested to insure only the particular piece of land which was adjacent to my house. I asked them to insure other pieces of land. So, to say that the farmers are not ready for insuring their crops is not correct. Secondly, I would like to say that jute is produced in our areas, but proper pricing of this produce is not done. Bags are not made of jute, which is grown abundantly in Bengal, Bihar, and Assam. Jute is not grown in this area. When there is a bumper crop, it fetches hardly rupees 200 to 400 per quintal, but the year the farmers grow less quantities of this crop, its prices go up to rupees 600 to 800 per quintal. This fluctuation in prices is a cruel joke on them. There is a need to pay proper attention to it. These days, its price in Bengal and Bihar, especially in the commissaries of Saharsa and Purnia, is rupees 300 per quintal, whereas 2 months ago its price was rupees 700 per quintal. What is this? Irrigation and power form the basis of the agricultural and industrial development of our country. After the droughts of the previous 2 years, no one in India needs any reminder about the vital importance of irrigation. There is also no doubt that electricity will always be a basic element in any formula for progress. The drought has also proved that electricity is an input for agriculture. I am glad to be here because as engineers, scientists, and technologists, you represent the future. As citizens and administrators, we look to you to uncover our natural resources and suggest how best these might be exploited in the national interest. Technology is moving ahead in every direction, and day by day, new opportunities are opening up before all of us. What we need is the availability of large quantities of power at very low prices, which would influence changes in technology and stimulate the development of a new technology. We have vast water resources in the Indo-Gangetic basin, of which I am being constantly reminded by our minister, Dr. K.L. Rao.